All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to our monthly Gather and Grow Cincy training call. Thanks for everybody for jumping on tonight. I'm sure there will be more that join us here shortly. But tonight we wanted to talk about PRV. You all have seen the Active in August initiative that some Cincy leaders are doing, and that I believe most of us are doing with our teams and groups to hopefully help give you some PRV tips, pointers, increase your PRV, help you connect with customers, you name it. So while there are lots of awesome ideas that we have shared, the biggest thing is actually doing the work, right? Like setting aside time to message the customers, to send out an email to your customers, however you communicate with them, seeing them in person, you name it, right? That's how you're going to be able to accomplish the PRV goal that you have. I know that we have talked about PRV goals in the past, but drop in the comment chat what your PRV goal is for this month. Just write in the comments what your goal is. Oh, look, bunch are jumping on. Yay. Awesome. Okay, so you can see there's a wide variety. Erica, that's funny. I was like, $100, hey, that could be your goal. There's a wide range of PRV goals, right? But what matters is that you have a goal, first of all, right? Like you have this attainable goal. I have a friend who has a chalkboard. I've seen people do it with paper where they have a countdown, like they start at the top of the goal and then they cross it off and they share it with people where they're at so they can help celebrate and they can help support you as you are achieving those goals. And it's always fun to see the countdown, right? As people are going down and getting super close and closer to where they want to be. So, how many of you have reached your goal? Give me a thumbs up or give me a like, yes, please, or yes. 250 away. Good, Stacy. Erica's active. She's got 800 to go. Not quite yet. So it's the 21st of the month, right? You've got a week and a half. You've got basically 10 days. If you don't count today, you've got 10 days left in the month. So what I like to do is I like to break it down. So let's say there's 10 days left in the month and you have $1,000 left to sell. So your goal should be to sell $100 every day. If you want to end a little early and not have to stress about the last day of the month hustle or just busting your butt that last day to try and get those sales, you can try and do it maybe in 8 days. So you have a couple days buffer. So that would increase your PRV for each day if you do that. So that's what I would encourage you to do. So maybe write it down, see how much you have left to go, and then break it down by day. And then from there, from the day breakdown, you break it down into, okay, what could I focus on selling? Like, for example, today, there was this really authentic post that kind of went around everybody's groups, it seems like. The buy 9 bars and get 3 free, right? That was not a personal special. If you go to your PWS, that's how it is. So it was just kind of a play on words. So that is how you can get $72 in PRV for those bars, right? So if you need $50 in PRV, you could sell at least one of those a day and you'd be done with that PRV a couple days early, or maybe 4 days early, right? So finding products to focus on, even take your discontinued list, right? Find those customers in your, what is it called? The reporting tab. You click on reporting tab and you click on my customers. There is a discontinued products report that tells you what customers have ordered. Let's just say coconut lemongrass, because coconut lemongrass is a pretty good scent that people like pretty much all the time. So you would have your list that you could reach out to those customers and be like, okay, you want to stock up? You want to add them to Scentsy Club or join Scentsy Club, right? So you have to be very intentional with how you do it. So I'm putting some people on the spot tonight about sharing how they have gotten their PRV this month. But I'm excited for you to just maybe get a few different ideas and maybe take a second and write them down so that you can try one or two of them or some of them if you want. Because we all should be striving for maybe 200 more PRV. If you've already hit your goal, strive for 200 more by the end of the month so that you can get to that goal. So who wants to go first? We got Marie, Bonnie, Carrie, Bree. Bonnie wants to go first. She's on it.
I'll go first.
Hey.
All right. So this month, I started out the month with a couple less Scentsy clubbers than I usually have because one of my biggest clubbers joined. Yay. But she's gonna have that for her own PRV. So I needed to ramp it up at the beginning because I didn't want to be like slow at the end. So I reached out to all these people who did the were on the discontinued sales report first. I got a ton of PRV orders from that. And then PWS orders, and every single one of those on the 12th of the month, I sent, I believe it was 10 thank yous in the mail. It was just a scent circle with a note, and I created a little card about Scentsy Club, and I said, the ones that you ordered, because every single one of them had ordered discontinued scents. I said, the ones that you've ordered, I don't know if you know this, but they're going to be gone after this month. And I have a way for you to get them forever. So after I sent those out, I didn't wait for them to respond. I took a week and then I followed up with them, and 5 of the 10 have reordered or placed a Scentsy Club order. Maybe not this month, but next month. So at least I'm increasing my Scentsy Clubbers with that. And a couple of them were for this month. So did that make sense? Lindsay, you're muted, so I think you're saying yes.
Sorry, I muted myself so I could talk. Yes, it made complete sense. All right, Bree, you want to go?
Sure. So this month I've been really utilizing the new contacts tab because I think it's fantastic. And so every Monday I've been sharing just a quick email. First, I went in and I had to clean up my contacts because after 16 years, I had lots of duplicates and it's been a broken tab forever. So I have had so much fun just like cleaning it up, but you can sort like your customers from who's ordered recently to who's ordered the most, like lifetime PRV for you. But for me, every Monday, I send out a whole email to all of my customers and just share something with them. So this week I'm sharing that we have a sale coming tomorrow and that if they want to stock up, they can get 35% off of these 4 different bundles last week I shared how amazing our 10% off is. So it's kind of stacking as the month goes on. And then next week I will say it's like do or die time, add it to your club or it may be gone for good. But it's been working really well. I have not had a single party this month because I did not plan well. And I am, I think over, should have looked before. I'm at 1183 in sales. So my goal is to get to 2000 always. And so here I am, still have like $817 to go, but the contacts tab has been working really well. Here's the other thing, just to plug that, is that it also shows you when emails are delivered, if they're not delivered. So then I've been able to follow up with a few of my customers that have bad emails and say, hey, I tried to email you a couple of Scentsy specials. I see your email's not working. I just want to make sure you got it. Or can I update your email just so that I can keep you up to date? Anyway, they love it and they are actually getting my emails, which is a huge thing because in the past it's just been this bane of my existence. So I'm thrilled to be using it. And so far it's working pretty good. So
That's awesome. I love it. Love it, love it. Marie mentioned that she's at her son's basketball game. Is that right, Marie? I can't remember what you said. But it's really loud. So she said in her comments that she's gotten sales through her one-on-one contacts with her customers. So texting, calling, Facebook messaging, it's huge, so good. And she said she currently has a mailing sample party going on that she'll be closing this weekend. She's has the goal of hitting 600 PRV from that, which is awesome. So thank you for sharing that, Marie. Who else was on that was going to share? Carrie, are you free and able to jump on?
I'm able to share, but it says it fails to enable my video. Can you hear me then?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So every August I do a cash for class fundraiser for any of my teacher friends that are interested. What I do is I set up a party. It goes 10 to 14 days, depends when I get everything set up. But I always make sure we go through 2 Fridays so everybody's payday gets hit. And instead of the the host teacher, getting any product credits, she is using this as a fundraiser. So she gets an Amazon gift card from me from what my profits are for her party or for her fundraiser, to be able to use for her classroom in any way she needs to. And then I use the credits to get new things to show for fall. Once September 1st hits, that's when I order all the stuff because all the orders have come in online, and it benefits all of us in the long run. And it's something that they love doing. This is the 5th or 6th year I've done this, and that's it, really the only thing I've been working on this month.
Love that. Carrie shared that with me. I was like kind of mind blown because doing a fundraiser for teachers for stuff for their classroom, like we've done that, but like we think Scentsy stuff, but giving them a gift card in the amount of commissions that you earn from it, like who wouldn't want that? You got nothing to lose, right? So I thought that was a genius idea because I had never thought of doing a gift card to Amazon where they can buy all the school things that they need for their kids, right? So that is definitely something to try for sure. For sure. I think D was on. Are you on, D, that you can jump on and share how you're getting some PRV this month?
Yep. Emmett to get all my kids from sports, but I am on and I am hosting, kind of going off what Carrie was talking about. I'm working at this school now, so I have a basket party going at the school because all of the teachers wanted the new scents for their classrooms. And so I have my library smelling real good. And so all the teachers come in there and they want to see the basket and they want to go through a catalog. So we're trying to use all the credits for new stuff for their classrooms to make the whole middle school smell better than stinky feet and sweaty middle school boys because it's real hot and real smelly. It's an old school, so it's really smelly. So I'm doing that, and then for my elementary school teachers, doing the fundraisers, like Carrie said, for their classrooms. I didn't realize how little teachers get and how much you have to buy for yourself for your classrooms. So we are doing that. A lot of the middle schoolers wanted to just use the credit for stuff for their classrooms. So we're doing that. So I actually have 2 parties open for that, and then working on one with the elementary, and hoping to maybe work with the district ladies as well to get them in on it. And they would actually get the cash for the schools. The athletic team is working on a new field and they're running low on funds to finish the field. So that's what I'm trying to do.
I just love the unique ways of reaching new people, right? Like some of us are tapping into our customer base. Some of us are trying to do outreach in different communities or groups of people that we might not normally reach out to, right? And I think the lesson that we can learn from this is that there are lots of different ways that you can do your sales. There's lots of different groups of people, but you have to continue to connect with those existing customers, but then also finding new customers is really, really important because your older customers, while they may support you still, right? If you're wanting to increase your PRV goal, they might not be able to sustain that larger goal that you have. And so you need to reach out to new people in the community and other places. One thing that I did this last week is my kids went on a youth trip this summer with our church group. And they had a couple, like a married couple that was over them and was like kind of their chaperones throughout the whole week and helped them throughout experiences and like kept them under control and rode with them on a bus, you know, type of thing. And so my husband was like, hey, we need to give him a gift. And I was like, okay, yeah. He's like, maybe you could just do some Scentsy or something. And I was like, yeah, yeah. A week later, he's like, hey, did you do that? I was like, no, I forgot. And I was like, okay, I had ordered a couple air purifiers, half price. So I was like, okay, I'm totally going to do this. I got them for half price. I'm going to give them an air purifier and a couple pods. Like, because it's a week long with my kids, like that's pretty big, right? And so like I felt like that was something that they would really love. And they both texted me like immediately when they got it, like, thank you so much. We're so excited to set this up. Well, one of them went on my website and bought another one and then ordered a bunch of pods and a bunch of bars and air filters, like a lot of stuff. And I was just like, well, that wasn't my intention to make you buy more, but like, thank you. Right? So this idea of not necessarily gifting products, because I know that isn't possible in every situation, but having products and different scent delivery systems available to let your customers use. Like, hey, I need 5 product testers for my wall fan diffuser. I need 5 people who wants to try them out. And you give it, and I did this with one of my parties. I didn't give a warmer. She had a warmer, so I gave her some wax, but I put in a mini wall fan and I put in new pods. I was like, here's this, take it and run and see what you think about it. And she bought 2 with her hostess benefits because she got to experience it. Like I think back to when I first started Scentsy, you had to experience the wax and warmers to get it. Like I remember taking warmers and donating them to people's offices. Like, hey, just have this here, set it up, see how you like it. Let me know what you think. and then on to the next, right? Doing it all over. So I feel like with our customers, that's a great way to get different scent delivery systems in their hands, is by letting them try the different things. So think about that with your next basket party or sample party, whatever you call them, that you have with a customer. Try and give them a different scent delivery system than they're used to see how they like it. And maybe you have like a cleaning bucket that you like to give as the hostess. Like it could be anything, right? But letting them try new things will pique their interest. And if they like it, they'll be like, oh, that's what I want to get with my host rewards. And then you've got them hooked on a whole another scent delivery system, and it's amazing. So that's a really, really good one. Does anybody else want to share what they've been doing? Yeah, go ahead, Ashley.
So I just remembered this. I had contacted our local police department and had asked about doing a fundraiser because I saw on Facebook on their page that they were needing funds for K9 unit vests.
Yeah.
So I'm working on trying to have the officer contact me back to get that started.
That's awesome.
And I'd also like to welcome Leslie Lang back to the group.
Oh, awesome. Is she on tonight?
Nope, he is.
Oh, he is. Right there? Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, thank
So
you.
George, you're not the only one on tonight.
Thumbs up. Yes.
Love it. All right. Anybody else want to share? I see Hilda's on, or Betty Bell, or Cheryl, Michelle, anybody, Stacy.
Hi. Well, I'll go ahead and go. If you can hear over my son, he's kind of loud. Everybody knows James. So, what I'm doing is I have a lot of customers that are like really into the spring and summer scents, the real fruity ones. And for years I've been trying to get them into club because when we transition and then they want to order more, they can't get it. So this year I have two of them that are in the process of setting up a club finally, so they can get their spring and summer scents. But the other thing that I'm doing is I've been I don't even know when this happened. I haven't checked, but I've noticed on the reports on the customer on the reporting tab, you can go down and it says customers and everything is like right there. It shows you who's ordered what, and it's amazing. Like, I don't even know when that happened. That just goes to show you that I haven't checked my workstation enough to know when that even happened. But I found it. Now I can't get enough of it, and I'm like checking it every day, and I'm sending people. It's right there at your fingertips. It's so freaking simple. I'm like, when did this happen? What the heck? So that's what I've been doing, and I'm like right there with Bree. I've been using that email thing, and it's working really good.
Love it.
So shame on me for not checking earlier, but yay for me for finding it out.
Right? And then you'll be able to maximize that tool that you now know about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Who else wants to share?
I will.
Perfect. Thanks, George.
Sure. So one of the things, only been doing this a little over a year, just have our first Sensiversary. So as folks are finding our pages and I'm seeing them like our pages, I'm going to their page just to kind of see what their interests are. And besides reaching out to them and saying, thank you for liking, looking at their pages to kind of look to see where their interests are. And in one case, I found one of our persons that made an order. They really liked the Looney Tunes characters. And it was perfect because clearance has a bunch of the Looney Tunes buddies that dropped this month. So made sure that they were aware that, you know, I see you're into, you know, not Donald Duck, that's the wrong thing. Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny and all that. Sent them links. and they ordered like 3 or 4 different Sensi buddies just from the Looney Tunes.
Wow.
So it's a good thing to I kind of feel like stalking a bit because I'm looking in the background at their profile, but you know, it's there. If they don't want me to look at it, they lock it down. So looking to see and looking for the clues, and then how to bring those clues up into a conversation, just a simple act of conversation. The other thing that I did, and I dropped in the chat, was taking the pictures like from SFR, especially for the football helmets. With football season just starting, getting ready to start, you got a lot of people who are they're just on the platforms talking about this team and that team and this team, and sharing with the helmets that are coming out, and then also saying, hey, if these 10 aren't your favorites, we've got these as well. So we tried something different this time, where we tried to do a pre-order for the helmets to see if anybody might be interested. We haven't had any luck. We've had a lot of people showing interest, but oh yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to order it ourselves on Monday. That's great. Just keep in mind, if you're in the middle of a call and you can't get off your call or whatever's going on, you can always just reach out to us. We can get it set up for you. That way you don't have to stop your day, and we can get it taken care of and ordered and shipped out to you. So they're appreciative, and at least it kind of plants the seed that maybe, that's something that we can do for them in the future. But just that conversation back and forth has really helped us out.
Awesome. I love it. I think that's perfect target marketing. If you're like in the business world, like we're all, entrepreneurs. But that's like legit target marketing when you're picking a product and a person and connecting them. That's like gold right there.
Yeah. I mean, in old school land, when I used to do retail, it was all about the connection. And, if you could put an item in a person's hand, you built that connection. You can't do it truly with the stuff online, and you can't do it unless, you're seeing it. So you've got to really work to build that connection and give them those features and the benefits to make them really go ahead and pull that trigger.
So good. All right. Anybody else want to share? Share. I see your that's a weird word. Do you want to share? Share? Am I saying it? Am I pronouncing it right?
I mean, since you're calling me out, I honestly, I don't really feel like I have a lot of value tonight. I've really been struggling with my PRV the last few months, not gonna lie. I think, I know that my immediate network is kind of burnt out. So I know that I need to focus on like partying, events, and meeting new people. So that's kind of like my main focus, but I've just been trying to, I see, a lot of my customers on a daily basis because I do nails. And so they come into the salon, I give them their little fall pack. I did make a little fall pack with the catalogs and the harvest samples and scent of the month and stuff. And fall's usually a pretty good time for me. A lot of my people really like fall, so they're excited about that. And then just reminding them that, if they like flowers, like those are a good deal, $14 if you get 3 of them. Just trying to remind people about that 10% off, and trying to keep in mind the people who order those bars, let them know about club. I'm trying to do a lot of reach outs. I know this is like a busy time for like people with back to school and stuff like that. So posting doesn't usually work this time of year really well because a lot of people just don't see stuff. So you got to do those personal reach outs more often this time of year, and emails and things like that. So I slacked. I have not made an email, but I have like reached out to a few people, let them know like their favorite bars might be leaving if they want to stock up, or set up a club or something. I don't know why I used to do really good with club, and now not so much. I'm trying to get more in the habit of rewording not using the word subscription, but more of like loyalty program. Because I think people hear the word subscription and then they like freak out, and they don't, people don't want subscriptions. They don't want auto ships. They already pay for enough crap every month, So I think just like changing it to the loyalty program, since we earn points and stuff, you get discounts. Like it really just is like the loyalty program now. And I always let people know, like, you can literally just order through there to get the discount. But if you do have a bar that you love, you can keep it forever. I always share my clubs to show people what I have in my club, because I think that helps. People are like, oh my gosh, that bar's like, I love that bar. And I'm like, I've sold people bars from my club because they're like, oh, I haven't seen that in such a long time, because I have that bars in my club from when I first started, so trying to show people the value of club this time of year is always good. But yeah, other than that, just trying to do whatever I can right now to get some sales and stuff. But
so good. I think that it's just always really good to just continue those connections that you have with your customers and build on them, right? Getting those customers that love the specific scents, trying to add them to club, and if not, just like ordering. Because I have one customer that doesn't do club, right? Or whatever you want to call it, loyalty program, the rewards program, but she loves specific scents, and it's one that usually goes out every spring or every fall and comes back the next spring, right? Coconut lemongrass. So she'll stock up. She'll buy like 18 bars, so she has them through the fall and winter when she wants them, and that's great. It's good. Whatever works for them is what you work with, right? So just keep plugging along and trying some of those PRV tips and ideas that we have shared for our active in August, and just thinking outside the box ultimately is what you can do to continue to grow. So does anybody else want to share? And if you don't, that's okay.
Hey, Lindsay, it's George. I've got one more thing. I was putting it in the chat to share with everybody, but with the new communication tab being able, when you go into it, you get the choice of going to the old format or the new format. One thing that I found that has kind of really helped some interest, and granted, like I said, it's just a year, so we don't have like hundreds of people, but that's helped grow some of the interest, is when I'm reaching out to them via email. The old format, you could attach a picture, and they only got to see it if that email, they opened it up on that email. With the new system, you still have the option to attach it, but you can also, right above on the line where you've got the fonts and the bold and the highlighting and the underlining and all that stuff, there's an option there for a picture. If you click that, you get an option. You can choose the picture, and it will actually make it part of the email. It'll put it down on the bottom. So there's nothing for them to have to take 2 extra steps to click to open. They just scroll down reading whatever you wrote, and boom, there's the picture. It's a lot more user-friendly than the old one with the extra steps. So I just kind of wanted to share that. That's something I found out.
Love that. I think that is just, it's just working smarter, not harder, right? And it makes it very easy and convenient for your customers when you just have it right there for them to see. So I love that. And it just is a great new tool for sure. Well, updated tool, I guess we should say, right? Yeah. So, all right. Anybody have anything else? Well, I hope that you got maybe one idea from tonight's chat that you can take and implement maybe before the end of this month or next month to help increase your PRV. Just keep doing the grind, right? That's the biggest thing, is being consistent. And sometimes it's hard to get motivated, but that is what is going to continue to help your customers feel connected to you, is the consistent outreach that you do with them. So I'm gonna stop the recording and then we're gonna take a picture. So if you're watching the replay, thanks for being with us.